Hello everyone, I am Samyukta, Assistant Professor at Sri Krishna Swami College for Women. So, in this video, let us look into the story of The Refugee by K.A. Abbas. Before we go into the story, let us learn something about the author. So, Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, or simply K.A. Abbas, was born in 1914 and he died in the year 1987. He is one of the stalwarts of Indian writing in English. He also has directed many movies and has won many awards for his films, like the Indian National Award. He writes in three languages, that is Hindi, English, and Urdu. His writings focus mostly on the pathos of oppressed people. He also mostly focused on the social and communal issues surrounding India during that time. His most famous work is Inqilab. Next, we have a short explanation of who are called as refugees. So, refugees are people who had been forced to leave their country or state in order to escape war, persecution, or any other natural calamity. For example, the Sri Lankan Tamilians who migrated from Sri Lanka to Tamil Nadu and various other places across the world due to war in Sri Lanka are called as refugees. So, next we have the characters in the story. Only one character is important in the story, and that is Manji, who is the protagonist. Other than her, there is the mention of her husband, a son, and neighbors in this story. So, we'll move on to a brief summary of the story. So, this short story, The Refugee, describes the horrible events happened during the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947. It was a time when nearly 10 million people fled from Pakistan to India and vice versa as refugees. They were uprooted from their home and family. There was bloodshed everywhere. The author mainly sketches the events in the life of an old mother called Manji and thereby throws light upon the sufferings of millions of people during the partition. This story can be divided into two parts, that is, Manji's life before the partition and her life after the partition. So, the first part, which is Manji's life before the partition, is set at Rawalpindi, which is currently in Pakistan. So, Manji is the mother of the author's Sikh friend. So, Sikhs are basically from the Punjab region. So, before partition, life was a bed of roses to Manji. She lived in Rawalpindi, which is now in Pakistan, in a two-storied house. She had a steady income from many shops and harvests from her own land. She also owned a buffalo, and so milk, curd, and butter were available in plenty to her. So Sikhs are always fond of buttermilk. So Manji, she distributed the buttermilk to all her neighborhood, which was full of Muslims. She won the love and affection of all her Muslim neighbors. Due to her friendly nature, all the Muslim neighbors called her affectionately in different names. The elder Muslim women called her Behanji, that is sister, while the younger ones called her Manji or Chachi, which is mother, affectionately. Meanwhile, her son was working in Bombay. She felt sorry for her son at Bombay, who could earn a lot of money but was not able to get pure milk or ghee and various types of fruits as in Rawalpindi. But poor Manji, she did not realize that fate was having different plans for her. Now, Manji's life during partition changed drastically. At this point, news about partition was slowly spreading across India. Many warned her that it was dangerous for a Sikh woman to live there, and even her own son in Bombay asked her to come there. But she strongly believed that her Muslim neighbors were friendly to her and she considered all of them to be her own children. So, this next incident is kind of an eye opener for Manji. So, in front of Manji's house, there was a Tongawala, which is basically a horseman. So, this horseman was stabbed to death just because of the fact that he was a Hindu. But more brutal than that was his poor horse was also killed, but this horse had neither religion nor caste. So this heinous crime forced Manji to abandon her home and neighbors in Rawalpindi, and then she moved to Bombay as a refugee. So then there's Manji's life after partition. In Rawalpindi, she had two male servants and a maid, but in Bombay, she had to cook, wash, clean, and do everything herself, living in a single room. All her life savings and possessions were lost because of partition. So, this is basically the story of the refugee. That is how Manji, a woman, a very strong Sikh woman who was displaced from her home in Rawalpindi to a place in Bombay, which she does not consider to be her home. So, next we have some of the themes in this story. So, there are three predominant themes in this story. The first one, communal rights. So, communal violence and religious hostility is the central theme of the story. So, the next theme is loyalty. For Manji, all her life savings and possessions were lost due to partition. She suffered a lot but never cursed anyone for that. There was no anger or self pity in her silent heart against anyone. So, the loyalty she felt towards her land and her country was immense. Finally, we also have the theme of displacement. So, displacement is when you are forced to leave a place which was home to you. Manji was displaced from Rawalpindi to Bombay. During partition, although Rawalpindi became increasingly dangerous for Sikhs as it was dominated by Muslims, Manji fervently believed that her Muslim neighbors would never harm her in any way. Even after migrating to Bombay, she sent letters to her Muslim neighbors at Rawalpindi. They also sent letters to Manji. On reading them, she was moved to tears, and the feeling of displacement was very strong in her. So, finally, we have some closing comments in the story. So, in this story, K.A. Abbas has realistically portrayed the scenario of communal rights and an old woman affected by it. Manji is an epitome of motherhood because she never hated any of her Muslim neighbors, even when there was a communal hostility between Hindus and Muslims. The old memories were very sweet to her. Her Muslim neighbors are also good in nature. But the political and religious hostility during the period made an irreparable gap between the lives of people at that time. So thank you all for watching this video. You can post any comments or doubts in the comment section below. Thank you.